Hey there, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you are new. My name is Lexi, and today I wanted to share a really fun back to school little teacher gift idea. I realize for this year I'm a little bit late to the game, but I wanted to share it here where I live. My kids don't go back to school for another week and a half, but I realize lots of other kids are back in school already, but this would also make a super great just little teacher appreciation or little thank you gift. These are also really great just for any other kind of party favor. You can do so much with them with these little milk cartons. And one thing that I love is that you don't have to have a die or a special cutting machine. You don't need to download any files. All you need for this is just a scoreboard or a cutter with a scoring file. And a pair of scissors, just the basics. So that's really great. So this year, I actually made these last year as well for a little back to school gift. I made the milk carton, and then I had some apple or fall printed paper. And then this year I saw something on Pinterest where it was turned into a pencil, and I was like, that is a brilliant idea. So I did not come up with this idea on my own, but I think it is a great idea. So I wanted to share. I just think a pencil, so cute. And so it's just really simple. A basic piece of 8.5 by 11 paper, and then, the pieces to turn it into a pencil if you would like. Or if you wanted to do a completely, non-school related theme, just some paper to embellish the sides is all you really need. So then to put the finishing touches on mine, I did add a little bit of just brown, crinkle paper on the bottom, and then picked up a couple of some Hershey Nuggets and some Werther's soft cut caramels to go inside. And then to close it up, I just used a little piece of red and white baker's twine, and to embellish it, to make kind of a little tag, I used a stamp from an old Stampin' Up set. Let's see, here it is. Just an old woodblock stamp, and it's a library card, which I thought was super cute. And then really, you could use anything. I kind of played around with a few different things. I had an apple stamp that I tried, but I just didn't really love the size of it. I also stamped out ABC. Didn't really love how that looked. So what I ended up doing is just going online and finding this Happy First Day of School. It was just a free clip art. And so I downloaded that and then just kind of sized it to the size I wanted. And it was completely black and white. So I just added a colored the apple and the pencil and the triangle. And then I colored in school too, just to add a little pop of color. So yeah, I just thought it was a really fun project I wanted to share. I am going to go ahead and just do a quick tutorial for this. So if you're interested in the tutorial, stay tuned. If not, thanks for sticking around. And I hope you get some use out of this idea. So let me go ahead and jump into the tutorial. So this tutorial I've seen several different places, on Pinterest, on YouTube, and I think, they're all fairly similar. I think 8.5 by 11 is a pretty universal size, easy size of piece of paper to do. So like I said, I did not come up with this idea completely on my own. I just wanted to share it and give easy access. I honestly wrote this down in my little project idea journal years ago. And so I don't have, I did not write down a name on whose channel or I saw it on, or a Pinterest board that I saw it on, so I can't tag anybody that I got the inspiration from. But like I said, I know that there are several out there, and so I just wanted to share it so that if you wanted to make it, you could have it right here and didn't have to find another video. But if you don't like this tutorial, I would just search for milk carton, and I'm sure there are some others out there. So like I said, all you really need for this is an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. And then here is my scoreboard. Let me see if I can just move this around. And I'll lift this up a little bit here just so you can kind of see the top part of that. Got some sticky stuff there. So I am just using just a plain gray piece of paper just for the purpose of the tutorial. And then my little scoring tool, here he is. So all you're gonna do is put your paper on your scoreboard, and you want the 11-inch side on the top to start with. And you are gonna score at 2.5. Let's see if I can stretch my arm around here. I'm gonna score at 2.5. We're gonna score at 5. We're doing every 2.5 inches. We're gonna score at 7.5. And then at, finish that one, and then at 10. Okay, so we're gonna have those 4 lines, 4 spots, and then this sort of shorter spot. Then we are gonna turn it to the 8.5-inch side. And we are going to score at 2.5. And we're gonna score at 6. Perfect. Okay, then I'm going to just flip it here. And we are going to score at 7/8. And this is just going to make our little top part of the carton here. So we are going 7/8 right here to make that top piece. Okay, so this is what your piece should look like. You should have your 4 compartments and then kind of your little edge, your glue edge. So I'm gonna go ahead and, oh, one other thing, I do get rid of my scoreboard for that, and I just use a little ruler and my little scoring tool. One thing that I do like to do is to make the little scores for the sides. So for right here, kind of where you fold that in, it just makes it easier when you go to assemble it to kind of have some little score lines there. So I'm not sure which is easier. I just do the 2nd and the 4th. Those are going to be the sides that have the fold. So I take my little ruler here and I just find my middle spot, 1.25 there, and we're gonna go 1.25 here, and then I go from that middle spot here, there's my little dot, to the corner, and I just use my score tool here and mark it there. You can kind of see that line. Not as deep as a traditional score, but enough that I will be able to crease it. And I do the same on the other side. And then here, find the corner, line it up to the dot. And the same on the other side there. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and fold my score lines. Those all folded up for us. And we'll do it this way, this way, there. And then I do just kind of take it here and bend on that crease. And then that one. Just makes it so much easier when you assemble it. And it has those creases already lined up or mapped out. So put that there. Okay, then let me flip it the correct way, like this. This is correct. We just have a couple of things to trim. So this bottom rectangle right here on the, this is a glue strip. So on the glue strip side, we're going to cut this out because we just do not need that. So let me just cut that little rectangle out. Okay. And then we are going to cut up on this bottom portion, just up to the score line. So on each of the squares here. Just like that. So this portion here is what will make up the bottom of our carton. So we need to cut up on these lines so that we can fold that and assemble that. One other little trick, just so you don't have so much bulk on the bottom, I like to just kind of cut away just a little bit. Just kind of a little, I don't know, tiny skinny triangle on a couple of the pieces, just to make it a little bit smoother when they all fold up on each other, just to take away a little bit of that bulkiness. Not a lot, just a little bit. Okay, we've got that. So now we are ready to assemble. So you can kind of already see how it's gonna take shape, but this piece will fold here. I usually pick whichever piece is my solid square, and that's gonna be my bottom. And this piece will fold in to that. So first thing I will do is, where is my glue? Grab a little bit of glue here. And we will put some glue on this piece. Sorry, out of frame there. So I'm just gluing one bottom piece to the other, pressing that together. And then this next bottom piece. Okay, and then the next piece, just gonna add a little bit of glue to that bottom, a little bit in the corner there. And this one I'm going to fold up. Like so. And it's really up to you, your preference on glue or tape runner. The bottom, obviously, depending on what you're putting in there, you want it to be pretty sturdy. And then I'm going to go ahead and glue my last piece here. And with this one, I usually do my glue on the bottom. And then I also, kind of at the same time, do my glue on my glue strip. So this piece is going to go in, like so. And then this piece is going to be attached to form our carton. So for this, I like to use my little tool, my little scoring tool, to kind of get in there and really press that glue down and the corners down, get down the middle. So that looks good. And then I come back to my seam here, my edge, and I just make sure that that is pressed down really well as well, especially at the top here. Make sure that that seam is good. I also sometimes will lay it down and then kind of use my my bone folder or my scoring tool just to kind of really press it out and flatten it out on the inside. So that's how we're looking on the inside. This is how we're looking on the outside. So I like to give that glue just a minute to kind of set on that glue strip. And then we are basically ready to finish up our top area, or fold in our top area. So what I do is I kind of go to where I have pre-scored and folded, and I take this side, make sure I'm in frame here, and kind of squeeze that closed, and then go over to the other side, and I just sort of have the carton meet itself. Pop this out a little bit. Just kind of gotta help it there. Same thing on the other side. I'm gonna push it in, push that middle piece inward, kind of help it meet itself there. So you can see how nice that looks. Like I said, with that score line already being there, it already kind of has that crease to fall into. So sometimes you need to help it a little bit, but not too much. And then there's so many possibilities for how you can close this. For mine this time, I used my punch and just, did a little hole punch. So all they have to do is just untie this, take the tag off, and they can open it up. I've also seen where People will use a little binder clip on top or a little paper clip on the side. You could glue it shut if you wanted to, and then in order to open it, someone would have to tear it open. The crafter in me always wants to like try and keep it so someone can reuse it if they would like. So I don't usually go the glue method, but that is another way you could do it. Another fun idea would be, before you kind of assembled it, you could cut out kind of a clear window and kind of have a little peekaboo. That would make, you know, a great little gift box. You could do winter themed paper or Christmas paper and have it be a little Christmas gift. I mean, there's just so many possibilities. I should mention too, if I was going to, do a different theme and just do a pattern paper, I would glue that paper on before I folded and assembled it. I would glue those pieces on and then fold it up. But as far as other embellishments, if you wanted to add flowers or anything like that, once it's folded up, you can glue and embellish as much as you would like. One thing I did want to share, to do the pencil, I just used a couple of basic colors of cardstock. So for the eraser and the little metal that holds the eraser in, I just used a 10-inch piece of pink cardstock, 10-inch long by a 1/2 inch wide. And I just used my scoreboard and scored it at 2.5, 5, 7.5. And then for this piece, I just used, again, a 10-inch long by a 1/4 inch wide gray piece to make the little silver part of an eraser. And then up here, I just used, this is kind of a tan, brown, whatever color you'd want, cardstock. And this is just 2.5 inches by 1.5 inches. And I just did 2 of those, one for each of the solid side. I did not do that on the folded side, but you could. It would just be a little more bulk to fold. And then a little bit of gray at the top for the lead of the pencil as well. And so that is 2.5 by 3/4 of an inch. And again, I just did 2 of those. So that's how I cut my extra pieces of paper. So feel free to leave me any questions if you would like. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you enjoy this project, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.